Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and tonight is Halloween. I couldn't find like a really spooky deck that I think makes sense in this meta because we already showcased like Hecarim Zed about a week ago, but I ended up settling on playing Diana Leona. So if you have not seen this deck before, it's mostly known as Celesbians, right? And I think Puffball Panda really used to play it a lot. And now recently, I think he's been a little bit more popularized, and a lot of other people have made some videos on it. So this deck is playing Diana and Leona. In this case, with Shadow Owls. And ever since the idea is that you're kind of just playing good units. Honestly, you're just playing kind of good units on curve and kind of winning the game from there. To be completely honest with you, you win most of your games more through the Leona package than you do the Diana. But Diana is nice support as like an additional challenger that can threaten opponent's units. And because it's spooky season and we have access to the corrupted skins, we are going to play this deck with both Leona and Diana with the corrupted skins from the last event before. Now, how does this deck work? It's really, like I said, just straight up just play units. Just play straight up, just play units on curve and just kind of get win from there, trying to set up for the combo of Leona. Now, Heaven's Align is there because when you have Rabun in the field, this card gets to trigger both the Nightfall and the Daybreak effect, so you're able to kind of get two cards for the cost of one, which is why I feel like this card should always be played in decks with Rabun. Triple Dustbringer and Triple Solaris Soldier, these are like the two of the main wonders for both Daybreak and Nightfall. Obviously, the Dustbringer will allow us to trigger Nightfall effects, which is really important when we try to play for the Winding Light. And the Solaris Soldier just helps to start leveling up our Leona, and just a nice unit that we can use to also stun once we have Leona level up in the field. We have Diana, like I said, really a nice unit that can just take some nice trades because of her challenger and quick attack. Triple Perk Cascade for the draw, and the Nightfall triggers on Diana level up. Triple Sunhawk is one of the key cards in this deck. Allows you to stun the opponent's unit, and if you have Leona leveled up in the field, it lets you stun two units, allowing you to set up for a really wide board attack, which is what this deck wants to do. This deck wants to create like a wide board, and either you stun all the opponent's units, or you're able to just go for a big Winding Light to just give everything over one, right? Twilight Protector, really good, right? It is like the perfect card for this deck with both a Daybreak and a Nightfall effect, being able to buff either one of your units. And again, similar to Heaven's Align, if you play this when you have a rune in the field, if there is a second card you play, then you get both the Daybreak and the Nightfall effect, which both also trigger on the Protector itself. So the Protector turns into like a 4-3 right off the bat. Then you have Unspeakable Horror, just more Nightfall triggers. Triple Into Dust, really good with Doom Beast and with Diana, or with also the Toilet Protector. Triple Doom Beast just for the additional extra damage that we can push, and also just another great unit. Triple Sun Guardian is one of the key cards in this deck. It allows us to stall out any Demacia deck because the Sun Guardian becomes really big that the opponent cannot deal with it. So sometimes if I have Sun Guardian in my hand, I might hold off on playing the Solaris Soldier or like my other Daybreak cards just so that I can buff the Sun Guardian more and more. We have one Despair, which is really there just for the matchups against like Ezreal and Seraphine, allowing you to just kill those champions as soon as they come down. Just be careful when using against Ezreal because they will still get the Mystic Shots as it is the Nexus. And then we have the three key cards that really help us with this deck to actually finish games. Leona, pretty straightforward. She gets to stun the strongest enemy, and now she also gets Barrier and Challenger, so you're pretty much removing two attackers. One of them gets stunned. And then you have Barrier, but also worse the other way. You're removing two blockers, right? Because the Leona gets Challenger with Barrier to be able to pull a unit away, while also being able to stun the strongest unit, allowing the rest of your units, especially the Sun Guardian, to just push the lethal damage, or even like a really big Diana to just push lethal damage. Then Rabun is really good because having both Daybreak trigger, even when you trigger your Nightfall cards, is amazing, right? Especially with the Heaven's Align and the Toilet Protector, works out so well. And he also synergizes with Leona to let you stun the opponent's whole board. And finally, we finish up with the big Winding Light. Again, we end up with a pretty big board with Leona, Baboons, and all the random units. And the Winding Light lets us actually push the damage that we need to finish up the game, allowing us to have our units to get 2 more power and also have overwhelm. So the deck is, again, pretty simple to play, pretty straightforward, but it actually feels pretty fun. It's just a little bit weak because we don't really have a lot of ways to deal with the opponent's units, right? We're not playing Sunburst, and maybe playing Sunburst in this deck makes sense because I think I am struggling a little bit to level up Leona. So maybe we do swap like the Despair for like a Sunburst. It's only 1 extra mana, and I don't know if Sunburst down somewhere else, because I do feel like he struggles a little bit with no removal. But aside from that, from the games that I had today, it was like a mixed bag. We had some good games where we kind of just outrun the opponent, and we also had some bad ones where they just outrun us. So, you know, hope you enjoyed the games today, and if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post a lot of videos every single day. I'll see you at the end of the video for some mulligan tips. In this matchup, we're going against Ezreal Seraphine Nox. So Ezreal Seraphine Nox is going to be really, really scary. This is a great hand, though. This is a great hand. I might actually not play Diana. I might just go for the Solari Soldier next turn, because he's pushing a little bit more damage. Right? Because that way we can kind of like put pressure early. So we can go like this. Just push 3 damage. The damage is gonna matter. The damage is gonna matter, right? So the damage is gonna matter as the game goes on. I think I'm down to just play Diana next turn, right? Because opponent's gonna have the Mystic Shot anyways. So if opponent's gonna have the Mystic Shot anyways, I'd rather just play her after the fact, right? Now the opponent's only at 3, so now our Pelkas Kiss can potentially save the Diana. We can play Raboon next turn and then Leona on turn, I guess, turn 6. That way we stun whatever blocker the opponent has and just push the damage that way. So opponent just showed us they have a, you know, a 5-cost spell that costs 2. Could be anything, which is the bad thing about Precedent, because they could easily have a way to remove a Raboon. If it's Mystic, I'm willing to Pelkas Kiss. Oh wow. Oh wow. I'm 1 off. I was wondering if I could just level up Diana, right? But I'm 1 off. But I'm okay with that. We get the Calling Strike out of the way, get rid of their blocker. Just go like this. Push 4 damage. Diana stays on the field. Opponent didn't play Mystic Shot, so I can maybe assume that they don't have a Mystic Shot here. Maybe. It's hard to like make that assumption. So they did have it. I don't understand then. I think I like forcing that more stuff out of them. I think I actually like forcing more stuff out of there. Because now here we can do Doom Beast anyways, which gives us another unit. I absolutely like forcing like the flock. Do I want to play Doom Beast now, I guess, is a question. Or is it always better to play Sun Guardian? Is it Doom Beast or Sun Guardian? Because I kind of like the Twilight Sea. I think I like Sun Guardian so that we can go Protector into Doom Beast next turn. Because this is gonna give both these cards +1. Yes, this is the plot. Again, we're okay baiting this out, right? He's spending all of that stuff in Diana, and we still have these units here later on. So here, I definitely like the Protector into the Doom Beast. The Protector, because the Twilight Protector buffs both of these up, right? So we go here. So look how big this Sun Guardian got just from the Protector. Because he also buffs itself. So now it's 3-3, 3-3, 4-5, 2-1. Opponent already used Mystic and a bunch of stuff. Here we can play the Doom Beast. Don't think we need to play the Solari though, to be honest. Maybe we do. Maybe we just slam it. Maybe we just slam the Solari too. That's gonna be an Aftershock. I think we just slam the Solari too, especially if the opponent plays the Aftershock here. Oh, 100%. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point we just want to beat them down, right? We just want to beat them down before they get back, before they stabilize. So by doing it this way, this is 4, 7, 9, 11. That's exact lethal. Opponent has to block the Guardian. I guess they have Blaze Edge. Oh, that's not Blaze Edge. They play that? That's okay. They still go down to 2. They still go down to 2, lose all their blockers, and look at what we have right here. The only downside is that we don't have a way to trigger this Nightfall. Unless we draw like a cheap unit from this. But what we can do is that we can play Leona. What we can do is that we can play Leona and then Sunhawk and be able to get multiple stuns and clear their board of blockers. Now, the downside is that the opponent has cards here that are multiple times reduced by the back alley bar. Yeah, so we're not going to go for the Wind and Light, we're going to go for the Leona play. Because we can go like this. Leona levels up. And then we also have the Sunhawk to follow up unless the opponent can actually kill the Raboon. And Leona herself also is going to have Challenger. Now, my concern here is that everything that the opponent has is usually discounted by 1, plus they also got 2 cards from the Drum Solo. We also have not seen whatever card the opponent drew from the 5 cups card that the opponent drew from the Ezreal. Right, so we also got to keep that in mind. It's only 2 damage, right? It's only 2 damage? There's no way that they beat us, right? Oh, perfect. I think this is fine. I think we still go for the Sunhawk. It gets rid of both blockers. It gets rid of both blockers even if we lose our Leona. And this was one of their discounted spells from Drum Solo. One of the discounted cards from Drum Solo. So it's one less card we have to worry about. Opponent has to worry about 5 units. Okay, they got this. All right. So now they actually got there. If they get the Flock, they actually get there. Wow, I was not expecting the Sun Diva. So if they actually have the Flock to get there, wow. Okay, I was not expecting the Sun Diva. I will admit that. We can still go Solari Sunhawk into Wind and Light on our next attack, but this is the problem with this deck, right? Every time that you think you have a chance, they just have so many answers like this. Yeah, no matter what we do, it's not gonna matter, right? So I think we're just gonna go like this. I definitely want to play the Sunhawk next turn. I think we're gonna get rid of, I guess we could technically go face with the Unspeakable Horror in case that we draw a second Unspeakable Horror, or we draw the Doom Beast. I guess if we draw the Doom Beast, we're always killing him anyways. So maybe it's actually better to get rid of the blocker. The problem is that the opponent also gets Seraphine, right? If the opponent also gets Seraphine, then I think we lose the game, because then Ezreal is going to be leveled up. So I think I like going... There is a world where we draw the second Unspeakable Horror. Because the blockers don't matter because we have Overwhelm, right?
Strike while the planets align.
We get to stun 2 of them, but we're only 4 wide. So the opponent still has 3 blockers. I guess we could technically draw a unit here. That could allow us to go wide enough that the opponent actually doesn't have enough blockers. We could technically draw a unit here that could get us there. Come on, give us a unit. That's huge. That's huge, because now the opponent loses even more blockers, right? But again, if the opponent just Seraphine, we just lose the game. I mean, we're at 20, right? We're at 20. Copium. What are the chances, Copium, that we lose this game? We're actually gonna lose this game from 20 HP. Please, don't do this to me, game. Don't do this to me, game. Okay. Alright. That's fine. That's 2 Mystic Shots gone. And that's from the Drum Solo, so we're still at 16. Okay. If the opponent gets Seraphine, we lose. But if they have Seraphine in their hand, they will have waited and then done the Mystic, so that tells me they don't have it. This gets rid of all their blockers, right? The Sunhawk. And then we can Wind and Light, or we can even go for the Raboon to get another stun. The Raboon now looks pretty interesting, right? Because the Raboon gets rid of another blocker if the opponent has another blocker here. No way. Okay. I thought the opponent was about to, like, kill us. Okay, they're gonna... So they're gonna stun... They're gonna stun my unit. So they're gonna stun my unit. They're desperate. They're desperate. That's good. That's good. If we're keeping them desperate, that's good. So I think he actually is Raboon now, by the way. Because the Leona is gonna get stunned here, so that's one less unit that gets overwhelmed. Wait, don't we just win here then? Unless the opponent top decks something that can deal with this, then we just win, no? What are the chances? What are the chances that the opponent drew an answer to this attack?
Answer to me.
If we play Raboon, the opponent just plays the spider. If we play Raboon, the opponent just plays the spider. Replacing one of their units. And Raboon has a chance of giving us something that costs more than 3 mana. And opponent could easily... No, I think we go for it. Okay, yeah. If they had it, they had it. I mean, like, oh man. Because it's tough, right? They have a lot of whiffs there. Because that card gives them cards from any region. Could be units, could be any slow speed spell, etc. So I think it was worth it to just go for it once the opponent didn't play the sentry. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Jayce Lux. Interesting. Technically, a lot we do well versus the big Demacia decks. If we draw our Guardian. We don't draw Guardian, we don't draw Raboon. Maybe keeping Leona was greedy, but I feel like Leona is such a... Okay, we drew the Guardian, alright. Because the Guardian becomes so big that they have a hard time dealing with it. Now, the opponent is playing Jayce, so they do have like aftershocks and stuff like that. But this should still get bigger than anything that they can deal with. And we get Raboon on top right now. Yeah, so we go like this. And how do they deal with this guy? Right? Additionally, we can just chill here now. Do I even want to do this, to be honest? I don't even want to play this Sunhawk. I really don't want to play the Sunhawk. I do need to start leveling up this Leona, though. So I might have to play the Sunhawk just as a way to level up Leona and make this guy bigger. Maybe. We don't need to attack with him. Because I need to be able to get Leona to be leveled up by next turn, I guess, when we play the Raboon. I guess she's not going to be able to stun anything next turn either.
I've got your back.
I think I can pass. I think I can pass. Let the opponent do their thing. Cool. We play Raboon. Save Leona for, you know, once she's actually leveled up. We can even play the Stellacorn here, allowing us to have a good attack. Oh, that's huge. Yeah, so we're gonna just have a big attack here. I think I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go Stellacorn, and then I go Protector, buffing everything by +1/+1, so that everything is a great attacker into their board. And if they lose their board, I don't see how they win anymore.
Soldiers, it's me.
They have to do it now. They're gonna have to do that now. They're gonna have to do that now. I want to force it out of them now before they have a Lux in the field. No. No. Wow.
Devotion to battle.
How? Wow. Huh.
I'll stop you.
They actually gonna go for the... Okay, so Leona's gonna come down, right? She's gonna have barrier. I guess opponent will be able to kill a Raboon. But that's not true, because we just stunned the Mace Seeker. And the Raboon survives because of the Pel Cascade. So opponent has to start with the Demacia.
Let me know if you still want them science lessons, Jayce.
So now they just get completely punished. Because we just go here. And then we can play the Sunhawk to stun 2 of their attackers. I guess they'll have this to kill our Raboon. Because we can't stop the Browin. I guess we can stop the Browin, to be honest. Yeah, we could have stopped the Browin, actually. Jayce being leveled up is a problem. Maybe we should have just started with the Jayce skill. So like, we have a blocker here, right? So the opponent's full attack doesn't matter. They want to be able to just kill this Raboon. However, we can actually save Raboon by going here. Stunning twice. And then having Pelka escape for the Raboon to survive. But the opponent could easily have Aftershock, so we need to find another Daybreak unit to be able to trigger Leona right away. Okay, so we need a Daybreak unit, come on. Or we can start with doing the Despair or the Jayce first to stop the Jayce from doubling anything. Might be better. Might be better. I think I like that. I think I like this. It stops him from having a second Jayce as well. The Shock Blast, sorry. Not the Aftershock. I kept calling it Aftershock. The Shock Blast is the scary part in this deck. So by doing this, they're actually gonna go after the Leona kill. I guess that makes sense. We can play the second Raboon, I guess. Make this Sun Guardian even bigger. Get ourselves more answers. Make it so that the opponent has to deal with these units. Don't need to attack with the Sunhawk. No, I want to make it harder, right? Because if the opponent gets to the Raboon, I'm in trouble. So I don't want to lose. I don't want to attack with the Raboon that has little health and lose the Raboon, right? I want to force him to have answers here. He could have single combat to kill this Raboon anyways. Doesn't go for it. Because we're just setting up for this Winding Light on the Sun Guardian with Unto Dust backup. Cool. So we kill the Persuader. I mean, we stun the Persuader, not kill it. We can stun the Persuader with the Sunhawk. Do I want to stun him right now? Like, do I even care about stunning him right now? I guess opponent could have, like, Sharp Sight or something like that. Maybe, I don't know. Sure, let's do it now. We're just gonna set up for this Dustspringer into Winding Light with double onto Dusk to kind of finish up the game. You could also save the onto Dust for the Doom Beast. That sets damage guarantee. There's the Shock Blast. I don't really care about Raboon anymore, right? At this point, we're working on the Nightfall. That's why I wanted to kill the Jayce like last turn, because I knew that the opponent has Shock Blast. We can kill our Raboon. Doesn't kill the Raboon, because he just wants to have the blockers. That makes the most sense. Let's go here. Point goes down to 8, and then next time we play Winding Light, replacing our Dustbringer, and that should be game. Because we have access to double onto Dusk to buff everything up by +2/+1 again, right? So we had the combo. We had the combo, and opponent didn't let us live it. But we could have double onto Dusk, the the Winding Light, to add an additional 2 health and plus attack to everything. So GG's. In this matchup, we're gonna get Seraphine, Viktor, Aphelios. So this is gonna be the cat. This is gonna be the cat. This is an amazing hand. Diana is the only one that's a little bit risky, to be honest. So opponent obviously plays Mystic. Honestly, I don't even think I played this until I have the Guardian on the field. Maybe I should just put pressure on them. No, I think it's correct. I think it's correct to just wait. Let's play the Sun Guardian here and just make this guy as big as possible. I think I like that. I think I like that plan. Just make this guy as big as possible. Aphelios could be annoying though, right? Aphelios is gonna be annoying because you could like perma stun it. think I'm cool with this. The only downside is that we don't have a turn 4 play. I guess we can play Diana. Yeah, because I guess we can go Leona next turn, have the challenger, have double challenger. I don't even want to play this soldier yet. The soldier's gonna be so good once we have Rabun on the field. So you gotta think about Rabun, right? You gotta think about Rabun and the fact that he would allow us, because Leona's gonna be pretty close to leveling up. He's gonna allow us to just stun their whole board, right? So he's gonna allow us to stun their whole board, which is more important than like anything else. We're gonna start with Leona. Maybe we bait out a Sunburst here before we play Rabun, right? Because I think Rabun is gonna be a little bit more important. But this is gonna happen. We're gonna play Rabun on turn 6. And then on turn 7, we have all these cheap units together with Rabun and a level up Leona, which potentially allows us to just completely stun their board. Out of blockers. And then because we have the Sun Guardian, he ends up pushing like a ton of damage. Heck, we're pushing a ton of damage here to begin with. Now this Viktor does have lifesteal, whatever, but the Viktor's always gonna get stunned by my Daybreak units. So the Viktor always gets stunned by Daybreak. Opponent is already down to 8. Do I even care if he mystics this Diana? You know what? I'm gonna do this now. I'm gonna push the 3 damage. I'm gonna force another answer out of him. I wanna force another answer out of him. The more answers that we bait out right now, the less answers the opponent has for our big turn next turn. Does he make our Leona more vulnerable to like removal? 100%. The Equinox, so that's an Equinox that no longer is going to the Rabun, right? You have to open attack if you want to get any lifesteal. And we get another Sun Guard. So you have, I guess that's not true because we're not stunning with Leona. We're not stunning with Leona here. We're not stunning with Leona here. So we have to do Rabun because Leona is not leveled up yet. Opponent cool heal all the way by 6. Bar. Could get a second Equinox? Is what I'm guessing that the opponent is trying to do here. So next though we're gonna get 7 plus 2, which is 9. This is gonna be 3, 6, 8, 9. Should we play the Solaris Soldier right now? So that Leona can level up? I think so. Then we start here. That way Leona just levels up on the start. And we can just start with our Sunhawk to begin with. Because this is going to be the trick. We're going to have Sunhawk plus Morning Light to actually trigger the Sunhawk again. Opponent's going to go for it. Opponent realized that they need the lifesteal. Opponent just realized that they need the lifesteal. That's interesting. That's a smart play. They need the lifesteal. They need the lifesteal, otherwise they just lose the game. Do I let him get sits, or do I risk the potential of him having like a Pale Cascade? Because we know he's gonna have like a Pale Cascade. Rabun is losing to double Pale Cascade. If we play Rabun next turn, and then we can play the Solaris Sunhawk, we still have it a good spot. I think we force it. I think we force it. I think we force it because this Viktor could get really scary. We can play Rabun and then still have Sunhawk. Right? So we're still stunning the back alley bar and still have Leona with Challenger. It means that we do lose our Morning Light play. But the opponent's already at 13, so they still have to have a lot of answers for this anyways. Yeah, let's just go for this. Let's just go for this, get the double stun. Opponent could have their own stun here from the Sketcher, but I feel like if they had it, they would have done it. We have Leona to challenge anything. But this is not lethal yet. This is only gonna be 5, 9. I guess it is attack lethal. 5, 9, 11, 13. It's attack lethal unless if the opponent doesn't have a way to remove my units, which is very unlikely that they don't.
Sunlight blinds.
It's very unlikely that they don't. Now, next thing you actually want to do the Eclipse. There you go. They get their unit, but that's not enough because we can pull that away, so they need another unit on top of that. What did they discard? The henchman, okay. Unless they drew like the stun from here, and this would stall out our whole attack. They actually had the stun the whole time? Really? Really?
Devotion to battle.
You had the stun the whole time. I think we pushed the 4. I know technically we get more value by having the Morning Light on the Sunhawk. I don't know if it's necessary. I think we pushed the 4 and put them to 9. And opponent blocks smartly, but I think it's fine. I think we have to do it that way. Now we have to deal with level of Seraphine though. Maybe taking the Sunhawk stun was a mistake. Maybe we should have just attacked with everything when the opponent played the second back alley bar. But the opponent ended up having a burst speed blocker, right? With this, I mean, I guess this is actually focus, not burst speed, so that's on me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here starts. Oh boy. I actually kind of want to hit this Nightfall. I also want to hit this Nightfall here though. I feel like I need some card generation.
Get your dancing shoes. Sing it with me now.
We just pass. Opponent obviously got something here that they want to play, so we just pass. They got something here that they want to duplicate. So they got a spell, like, that attack makes no sense unless the opponent has something that they actually want to, like, duplicate. Sure. Go ahead and do your Time Winder. Okay, so next time we have 9, right? 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we cannot play 3, so it has to be 4, 7, 9. So, oh, we also have this available. If we save the 2 mana, if we save the 3 mana, we'll have 12. So this is 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. I dig it. I dig it. I don't think we have to do anything. Let's wait for the opponent to do something. They discarded the 3rd back alley bar. They still have 3 spells from the Sun Spinner that they haven't used. Which I'm guessing are like buffs, by the way. And that's why the opponent attacked. They were kind of waiting for us to, like, react, right? They were waiting for us to react. We can start with the Sun Guardian. So that the Sun Guardian gets buffed up by my rest of my units. We can actually now play Diana instead of playing the Sun Forger.
Behold the sun's holy light.
We can actually now play Diana as well. Gives me another challenger. Would be decent. Okay, we lose the Eclipse. That's even better then. That is even better. Yeah, I guess we go like this. Stuns 2 units. We play the Solaris Soldier. We play the Twilight Protector to replace the Guardian, because the Guardian is going to be the weakest unit. Right, so we want to replace this Guardian. There's only one spell that I used so far. Where was it? Pale? I think Pale. Yeah, I think Pale was the only thing I used. So the opponent will get 2 draws out of here. I think that's okay though. I think we have enough stuns that the opponent has to find like some crazy stuff. Like, even if they get another unit, we still have multiple stuns to stun the rest of their units. Yeah, that's the Pale. I guess they could have a way to remove the Leona, but the Sunburst doesn't do it anymore. We have double stun here with the Morning Light. Okay, yeah, they're just gonna kill Raboon, right? I guess that makes sense. So now we no longer have the Daybreak, but we do because we have the Leona and the Sunhawk here. So now I think we definitely play Diana, giving us another challenger and setting up the Morning Light. Since we lost the Daybreak. So the opponent went for the Get Excited. So by playing Diana, we have another challenger unit. Opponent could have another way to remove the Sunhawk, I guess. So that could be a problem. Yeah, I guess that could be a problem. We have to go for it though, right? If the opponent has a way to remove this Sunhawk, I think we still have to go for it. He's stunning 2 units. Stunning 2 units is too strong. It's too strong of a play not to. And opponent's obviously digging, right? They have discarded... They discarded the Fish Fire, so that was one of the spells they got from the thing. And the other one was Spell Thief. No, that's not true. Spell Thief is 1 cost. So they still have 2 cost spells that they got from the Sunspear last turn. They drawn a ton of cards. We go here. And if the opponent has a way to remove this, then we lose the stun. Has to be sunk. Has to be the... Yeah, there we go. I mean, it's very likely that they had a way to remove this. Yeah, this is the high note. Has to be the high note. Yeah, this is what I was trying to get at. This way they still keep the Seraphine alive, and we still back to square one. We're back to square one, where we don't do anything here. I like attacking with everything. And this is why I want to potentially do that Eclipse Dragon, potentially give me an out with the Celestials. That's what they had last turn. So they had the Cloud Pleaser last turn, and gives them more spells. So they wanted to buff up their units with the Cloud Pleaser.
Let's hear it.
Oh, jeez. I guess I could have gone for the Leona instead of the Sunhawk. But that only would have given me 1 stun instead of the 2 stuns, right? So I think we had to risk it for the Sunhawk. I think the one that the opponent was able to remove the Raboon, that kind of changed everything. And the opponent just needs to open attack now with the cat. Oh, jeez. We almost got there. We almost got there, but Seraphine, level of Seraphine is just too strong. You need to open attack. Yeah. We'll let him get it. GG's. In this match, we're going against Hecarim Zed. Hecarim Zed. Leona is really good. Diana is also really good. Actually, this whole hand feels really nice. Maybe not the Protector. The Pale Cascade is nice. Oh, we get Raboon. Okay. The only downside here is that my cards are happening a little bit later than I would like. We can play this pair on the set, I guess. Because my whole hand is a little bit too slow at the moment. So let's say the opponent plays Zed right here. We could also just play... We could also just play the Solari Soldier. No, I think I like the Despair here. I'll take the 3 instead of the 6. Opponent shouldn't have a way to stop this unless they have a second set. They do have a second set, right? So they play the second set, which the set goes back to the graveyard. This thing still dies, so the opponent still gets no progress towards Hecarim. We can play our Solari Soldier next turn. With opponent will not be able to play Zed, right? And then we can play Leona on the turn when they play Zed. Like, opponent's not allowed to play Zed here, because then they lose to the Diana. Okay. I think I'm willing to kill the Glenkeeper. I think I'm willing to kill the Glenkeeper. It means that we're gonna lose Diana to the sapling, by the way. But I think that's fine. Because the opponent obviously has another sapling. I guess we don't lose Diana to the sapling anymore either. The question is, do we actually play... I think we do play Leona, right? Okay, so opponent can only play Glenkeeper or Zed. They cannot play both. They cannot play both, right? So, we have two options. We can play Verboon. Diana's always gonna die. So I think it's gonna be... sorry, yeah, Diana's always gonna die, so I think it's gonna be Leona. We have no way of saving Diana, right? Because unfortunately, both of these cards cost 5 and this costs 2. So at the very least, we stop the set from, you know, actually attacking and leveling up. We can play Verboon now, and this is a great blocker, and we're able to actually challenge and kill the set with the Leona. Here we go.
Our sun will not set today.
Oh, that's a huge draw. I guess opponent could have twin. Right? Opponent could have... Okay, I'm just passing. So I'm just passing here because I don't want the opponent to twin to kill my Leona. And we're in the driver's seat, right? We have the Leona stun to stop a Hecarim. So we can literally just go second Verboon here. Yeah, I like the second Verboon. And now what? You're gonna attack with Zed anyways? Oh, that's not true. Leona wasn't leveled up. So it had to be the Sunhawk. Alright, well, I made a little bit of a whoopsie there on my side. But that's okay. We're still in a good spot. Because we don't take that much damage. We still kill the Zed. And we get to kill the Hecarim afterwards. Because of this. Unspeakable horror. So a little bit of a whoopsie on my side, but that's okay. Sometimes it happens. Because Leona wasn't leveled up, so she wasn't stunning yet. So it had to be the Sunhawk, huh? Didn't keep track of it. We don't have any Nightfall cards for the Unto Dusk, but we have a good chance of drawing one. This card just dies, right? We can just... I mean, bring a bunch of attackers, right? This is perfect. So this guy's gonna become bigger and bigger. Whatever unit the opponent summons gets pulled by Leona. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's go here. I need to attack this time. I need to attack this time and just put pressure. This is gonna be 10, 14, 17. So we're close to lethal. We have lethal because of the Sunhawk, by the way.
And a 1, 2.
Yeah, so this should be lethal. No matter what I guess the opponent could summon the Glenkeeper, but we have the Heavens Align. So the Glenkeeper gives him 2 blockers. Which we can go with... We go here. And this is 5, 10, 16, 19, 21. And this should be game. Even if the opponent has another blocker, we have another. So, you know, another Daybreak unit. So a little bit of a whoopsie this game, right, on the last attack. But I think it actually ended up working out. Because we had so many thick blockers that the opponent's attack was bad anyways, even without the stun. So maybe there was a call there. No, I'm just trying to justify my misplay. Let's be real. I just misplayed. Let's not try to justify it. Let's not try to justify it. Let's go here instead. Opponent's literally using all the resources just to survive, by the way.
Glorious light rains down.
Now what? You have 3 mana. That's not enough. And that's game. Yeah, leveled up Leona with Raboon when you have a lot of cheap cards like I did. And so just being so nasty. I look at that attack, but we just took opponent from 20 to 0 by stunning their whole board. So that's a Leona dream right there. Just ignore my misplay. GG's. In this matchup, we're going against Misfortune, Bane, Quinn. So there's going to be like Scouts, except with obviously playing the Bane. Now, this is interesting, right? Because I think the Sun Guardian is enough to kind of just completely stall them out. Which makes me actually not want to play the Sun Guardian until I have... makes me not want to play the Soldier until I have the Sun Guardian on the field. This pair could be interesting. Maybe the Twilight Protector is the one that gets kicked, because I do want to increase my odds of potentially drawing Leona. Diana is also good though. Okay, and we get the Leona anyways. So I think I like that idea. I like the idea of waiting until we have the Sun Guardian, or we can even play the Solari Soldier this turn too.
Nice to meet you. I'm Isla.
I guess we don't have to anymore. We can just go here. Could just go here. Yeah, we can just go here. I think I do like the idea of keeping this. It's also another. It's also a Nightfall trigger, right? So it's also a Nightfall trigger for Diana, while also making our Sun Guardian bigger and bigger. So it makes sense. Makes sense. We end up getting a second Diana anyways, but yeah, because this guy's gonna be so big. It's gonna be a unit that the opponent cannot deal with. I don't even want to put damage on it. I guess opponent can just attack with both these units.
You're covered.
Okay, so yeah, let's go here. Opponent gets to attack with Misfortune. We could have gone for the Despair here. Maybe they get greedy. Perfect. I love it. Because I wanted to trigger this. I wanted to make sure that I triggered the Daybreak. They got greedy, so they lose the Misfortune anyways. We still take 3 damage. But none of our units are going to die here now. None of our units die here now. I actually don't think it's Leona. I think it's actually going to be Solari into Diana. Sorry, Dustbringer into Diana. We could have played the Dust Petal, I guess, right? But I think it's fine. I think we played the Diana here. And we had the Dust Petal for a potentially early Winding Light. This unit, like I said, is just so big that the opponent cannot deal with. The only downside, we're not able to kill the Queen. I guess opponent doesn't play Queen here, right? Like, opponent cannot play Queen here. Like, if they play Queen, they just get punished by this. I do want to... I think we should just go ahead and at least get some attack in. Start removing their units a little bit. I think that's fair. We can play Leona next turn, giving us access to the stun on the Bane. And a big unit that's also a big blocker. And then we settle for the big Winding Light turn. We're still a little bit scary here, right? This tumble is actually so good in the Saga Seeker. Maybe we actually should have pulled the Saga Seeker now that I think about it. I forgot about the tumble counting as a target, so the Saga Seeker could become a problem. That's a good draw. That's a good draw, because next time we have enough mana to actually play the Sun Guardian and the Winding Light because we have the Dust Petals. Is that true? This is 5? No, we don't. We don't. That's not true. That's not true. We don't have it. He's scared of the Leona, I guess? Sure. So, do we just go second Guardian then? Since the opponent didn't play, like, decided to play around the Leona? Do we actually want the big Winding Light turn? I think I like the second Guardian. I don't think I really think opponent has no way to deal with the Guardians. Sure. That's a little bit annoying, but I mean, it doesn't really stop us in this matchup. Right? We still have Leona, which would allow us to kill their Bane because Leona's gonna level up. Unless the opponent has a rally, I guess. So we can play Leona here. And we can even play the Protector to give Diana quick attack, having challenges. And still have 30 mana for Pale Cascade if we need to. If the opponent plays rally, this is a bad rally. Yeah, like this Sun Guardians just stole out of the Master decks so much. Like this guy has put in so much work and making their attacks so awkward. Cool.
Now that's a bit better.
So we go like this. I guess, yeah. I was thinking maybe a sharp side, right? To save the Vayne, but I don't think it matters even if they save it. So, GG's. Hey everyone, hope you enjoyed today's games. In terms of mulligan for this deck, I feel like you definitely want to keep your Sun Guardian. I think it's one of the most important cards in the whole deck. And I don't mind keeping Diana if the opponent doesn't have like a Mystic Shot or an easy way to remove her. But really, I'm prioritizing the Sun Guardian. Sometimes I will keep a Leona if I really have a good enough early board, because Leona can be so important for this deck that I want to make sure that I have her in my hand, just because of the value that she can provide. But for sure, I'm looking for Sun Guardian, I'm looking for Diana, Solaris Soldier, and Dustbringer. Just kind of have like an early board presence and kind of go from there in terms of the value. The Winding Light and most of your spells, you can just wait to get them later. Same thing with Doombeast. I don't think it's necessary early on. You want to just start with an early approach, just put a lot of board presence and beat the opponent that way. So yeah, hope you enjoyed today's games, and if you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to us. We post LOR videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund, where we try to stream 2 to 3 times a week. We're currently in a work trip though, so we will be back later this weekend streaming. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.